Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like. CBS Sports sends higher upside QB Jackson Dart to Steelers in latest mock draft. The Steelers have been eyeing quarterbacks in the 2025 NFL Draft, leading several analysts to think that the team could go that route in the first round. Smoke is seemingly becoming fire after the team hosted Colorado QB Shedeur Sanders last week for a pre-draft visit. But, what if he isn't on the board when the team picks at 21? That's the scenario CBS Sports' Jared Dubin laid on in his most recent mock draft. Still, despite Sanders being swooped up at 9 by the New Orleans Saints, that didn't detract him from taking another quarterback the team has been linked to. At 21 overall, Dubin has Pittsburgh selecting Jackson Dart out of Ole Mississippi. Like Sanders, Dart visited Pittsburgh on an official pre-draft visit in the last few weeks. While only coming in at 50 on his overall board, Dubin outlines that the need may outweigh the value. The Steelers once again look to the quarterback position in the mid to late first round, writes Dubin. It didn't work out with Kenny Pickett, but Dart has better physical traits and therefore might have higher upside. Pickett has often been compared to Dart during this cycle, but I've never fully understood the comparison. As Dubin outlines, Dart has better natural gifts as a passer with a far stronger arm and, in my opinion, better pocket presence. One thing that both are and were underrated for is their capability to extend plays and use their legs. Surprisingly, I actually see that as one of Dart's best tools with his never say die mentality on the field. A lot is still to be known with Dart in terms of processing. Lane Kiffin is known for creating a very simplistic offense for his quarterback, historically keeping them in shotgun for the majority of their snaps. It's not often on tape you see him go through more than 2 reads. That's not to say his processing is slow, but rather that the offense is built to get the ball out fast and provide receivers with one-on-one chances favorable to the quarterback. You could make the case that Dart is actually the best fit for the Steelers of the group. When he is most effective, it's with the go ball. Outside of maybe Jalen Milroe and Cam Ward, he's got the best long ball in the draft, almost always throwing a catchable ball. For a team with DK Metcalf and George Pickens, winning vertically is a non-negotiable and drafting Dart could certainly fit into that plan. In short, would Dart be my first choice here? No, there's a handful of other prospects who I value higher that will likely be available. However, quarterback is the trickiest position to hit in the NFL, so if they have a grade high enough for him to warrant the pick, I'll never argue with taking a swing. The Pittsburgh Steelers are trying to bolster their roster in hopes of having a better chance to compete in the postseason next year. Given their needs and talent in this draft class, here is another mock draft that projects players the Steelers may be interested in. Say one of the Tennessee Titans or the Cleveland Browns select Miami, Florida QB Cam Ward with one of the top 2 picks in the draft, but the other passes on Shedeur Sanders for a guy like Edge Abdul Carter or wide receiver/cornerback Travis Hunter. In this scenario, there is a very realistic chance that Sanders could slide. The Giants could draft Sanders, but they have already signed Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston this offseason, while teams like New Orleans, Las Vegas, and Indianapolis have arguably bigger needs they need to address. When you start looking at the board as constructed, Sanders falling within Pittsburgh's range of the draft is a realistic possibility. When it comes to Sanders, HC Mike Tomlin and the organization have always been pedigree guys, and Sanders is about as pedigree as you can get. He has proven to be an effective leader at the lower levels at Jackson State as well as at Colorado, demonstrating poise as well as the ability to make crucial plays in crunch time. He has plenty of things that need to be worked on from the neck up, but given the Steelers' dire need at the position and their due diligence by bringing him in for a pre-draft visit, it could be hard to see Pittsburgh passing on Sanders should he indeed fall to number 21 overall in less than 2 weeks. Pittsburgh Steelers, Deontay Johnson's reaction to Ben Roethlisberger sparks wild reactions. Former Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver Diontae Johnson was among the last batch of wideouts that ex-NFL quarterback Ben Roethlisberger used to target downfield. Johnson was able to play alongside Big Ben for the quarterback's final 3 seasons in the pros from 2019 to 2021. So when it comes to Roethlisberger, Johnson surely has an opinion about the Steelers' great. Johnson shared one when he reacted to a post by ML Football on X, formerly Twitter, that said Big Ben was one of the most clutch quarterback to ever step on a field. His team was never out of it with him. Johnson, who last saw action in the NFL with the Baltimore Ravens in the 2024 campaign, shared that post with the following caption: "It's clear how much respect Johnson has for Roethlisberger." In 31 games with Roethlisberger, Johnson recorded 189 receptions for 1,947 receiving yards and scored 15 touchdown catches. Johnson's social media gesture garnered him plenty of reactions from fans online, with many asking him to return to Pittsburgh. "Juicy come back to Pittsburgh. Anyone that disagrees has no ball knowledge, miss you bro. It's sad that things didn't end well. Always rooting for you 18 Diontae, go get back with the Steelers and heal the wounds on both sides. You, DK, GP. That's a crazy trio when you signing back twin come home miss you juice you DK and GP would be dangerous. TJ what trade proposal lands Steelers NFC QB. TJ what has had Pittsburgh Steelers fans talking over the last handful of days when he posted a cryptic photo of himself flashing the peace sign on his Instagram story. This led to many predicting where he could be traded, with many labeling the Green Bay Packers as his top potential landing spot due to his Wisconsin roots. However, Chris Canty of ESPN's Unsportsmanlike says the San Francisco 49ers should be the team to acquire Watt and send Brock Purdy to Pittsburgh in exchange. Use TJ Watt as a way to be able to pry Brock Purdy from San Francisco, Canty said. The 49ers gutted their defense, being able to add some help for Fred Warner and Nick Bosa. The Steelers need a long-term answer at quarterback, but is Purdy that? We've seen what happens when quarterbacks leave Kyle Shanahan and join a less-than-stellar offensive staff. Jimmy Garoppolo went from a productive starter to backing up Aidan O'Connell before his lone season in Las Vegas was even complete. While the Steelers need a franchise quarterback, getting a mid-tier quarterback in exchange for Watt doesn't make sense. If they are going to move Watt, which they likely won't, getting draft picks in return to use as ammunition to trade up for a quarterback in 2026 would be the better move. And you fan? What do you think about TJ Watt's situation? Write to us in the comments.